Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SA Accounting Academy. Here's a short clip on one of our previous webinars. I hope that you really do enjoy it.
So let's move on to what we are here for today, which is our integrated reporting and ESG. Okay, so integrated reporting and ESG is by far one of my absolute favorite subjects in the entire world. I'll tell you why. It's because it's such an innovative way of thinking, and even if it is not compulsory for your small to medium businesses and your state-owned entities to compile integrated reports, or I think it's becoming mandatory now, at least for state-owned entities. A lot of the entities have been doing it voluntarily because the integrated planning and thinking process is such a beneficial process for any organization to follow with all the stakeholders that are involved in that organization. It's incredibly beneficial. It's a very well thought out process, and it enables us to really see what our corporate citizens are doing in terms of creating value and contributing to society, contributing to the environment, instead of just being able to see their financial results. So it's a complete way of changing the thinking. So by the end of this webinar, my goal for you is that you will be able to understand what integrated reporting is. You'll understand what ESG stands for and what it is. You'll understand the ESG business review methods and how to use them. You'll know the business types to which integrated reports are relevant, and then you will know your role as an accountant or auditor in integrated reporting, and you'll have the latest news and developments in integrated reporting. Okay, so I think it's going to be a very, very fascinating webinar. If at any point in time you have any questions or comments or insights for me on this topic, I would absolutely love to hear from you. So even now, if you want to pop into the chat and just tell me how experienced are you with working in integrated reports, working with ESG reporting, then I also know how to kind of tailor the webinar, but we are here to definitely learn very much together this morning. So I'd love to have you part of the conversation. Okay, so we're going to start with module 1, just looking at what is ESG reporting. Then we're going to have a look, module 2, the current state of ESG reporting. Module 3, the future of ESG reporting. Module 4, what is integrated reporting? Module 5, the integrated reporting framework. Module 6, we'll look at some integrated reporting examples. And then module 7, we're going to have a look at the accountant's role in all of this. And then in module 8, I have a ton of resources linked for you that'll just point out for you as well that you can go and have a look at and take away with you. Okay, so let's start off right away with what is ESG reporting. So I think by this time, most of us or all of us have kind of heard the term ESG and integrated reporting. ESG stands for environment, social, and governance. Okay, that is what it stands for. So it is about really making sure that the way that we operate as businesses contributes to creating a sustainable future and environment for all of us, for us normal citizens and for our corporate citizens. The focus is very much on making it sustainable. And the ESG reporting pretty much recognizes that if you are doing something that makes you a bad actor in terms of the way that you take away from the environment, or take away from the social landscapes around you, or take away from the governance aspects of the actual corporate citizen, that is not sustainable. That's not sustainable finance. It's not a business model that can continue into the future, because we're not contributing to society, we're taking away from it. So the whole place where this ESG thing comes from is remember, the economy was first started, really kicked into gear, with a bartering system. So we had to make a living somehow, right? Like way back when humanity had to figure out, how are we going to make a living? So that's when we figured out, okay, if I volunteer to bake all the bread for the community, then at least we have bread every day. Then someone else can volunteer to grow all the crops that I need in order to make the bread. Someone else can volunteer to make clothes. Someone else can volunteer to mend roofs. Then we all have a better chance of surviving. So that's the intention behind having an economy, right? So somewhere in between then and now, what has happened is corporations have evolved and they have focused on making money. They've started to only focus on making money, which is what we now recognize is that is a very short-term way of going about things. It's a very short-term way of thinking about things, because you can make all the money in the world if you're destroying the planet and hurting the people on the planet in the process. It is just not going to lead to a situation where humanity survives. Okay, so ESG reporting helps us come back to that, helps us recognize again what the whole economy is about. Why do we even have corporate citizens? And then it says, like, if the corporate citizens aren't adding value in terms of the economy, in terms of the environment, the social landscapes, and proper governance, then it's just not leading to a sustainable place. Okay, so that is what it is about. It's about sustainability in the business models. It's about sustainability in the finance model. So how we finance, how we invest, how we lend, how we interact with our environment and our social landscapes and our governance issues in the process. And it's the process of incorporating ESG factors into all financial decision making. So ESG reporting literally marries the financial aspect of a company, because yes, if a company doesn't make money, it's not going to be financially sustainable. So then it can do all the good in the entire world. It's just not going to have enough money in order to continue doing that, because the people that are doing that in the organization, they need to be paid, they need to be fed, they need to be remunerated, they need to be looked after. So it's not about throwing finance out of the window, it's about marrying finance with the economic, social, and governance issues, and then taking all of this into account together when we make decisions. So the goal with ESG reporting and with ESG thinking is to really start making those decisions in our corporate citizens, when we lead our corporate citizens in what they need to do. It's about finding those sweet spots, making those decisions that maximize on the financial front, but also maximizes on the environment front, on the social front, and on the governance front. Okay, so it's about creating, verifying, and publishing information related to ESG issues, and that's where the corporate reporting comes in. So what ESG reporting says, it's not enough for us to just know about these issues and to know about what we need to do in terms of the environment, in terms of the social, and in terms of the governance. We also need to report on how we actually how we took the decisions, what decisions we made, and how that impacted on the environment, on the social landscapes, and then on the governance issues. Okay, so it's an exciting time in finance to really bring us back to those basics. So like I said, the E in ESG is for environmental criteria. It includes the energy that a corporate citizen takes in and the waste that it discharges, the resources it needs in order to function, and the consequences for living beings as a result. Not least, E also encompasses carbon emissions and climate change, and every company uses energy and resources. Every company affects and is affected by the environment. It's now just about being more conscious about that, and then also about reporting about the impact that we are having in terms of that.
I hope that you enjoyed that video. For more of our webinar videos, go to www.accountingacademy.co.za. Thank you and have a lovely day.